You are entering a very important stage, my gorgeous Aquamarini. When I say that you are entering a very important stage, my gorgeous Aquamarini, I am indeed in particular talking about the actual March, but even more in particular, I'm talking about the first 5 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th of March 2020 are going to be absolutely remarkable, very important, very significant, and rather life-changing when it comes to you, my gorgeous Aquamarini. And this is because you are entering a very important stage when it comes to your own transition, when it comes to your own life, when it comes to your own karma, when it comes to your own spiritual journey. Indeed, the March in general, March 2020, or every March in general, has got like a very important and very strong and very sharp energy. The sharp energy which is becoming like a water for us at this time of the year. This beautiful and powerful energy which is going to become like a sunshine for the most of us. Indeed, because this is the time of expansion. This is the time of growth. This is the time of the new beginning. This is the time of the new unfoldments. This is the time of the actual sacred lotus flower, which is you're also going to enter at around the mid-March indeed. But what I was going to say, that the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and 5th of March 2020 are going to be absolutely remarkable. Very, very important stage you are entering, my gorgeous Aquamarinis. This is the stage of your own rebirth. This is the stage of your own transition. This is the stage of your own unfoldment. And it's just going to be very important, in particular, when it comes to like a very slow stage that you were going through in the past 24 months. Indeed, that was preventing you to move on. That was preventing you that was kind of like a slowed you down with the future planning, like immediate future planning. And that was affecting you in so many different ways, because subconsciously you weren't able to expand your memory, to expand your mind, and therefore you just kind of block yourself from achieving things because you're not able to find yourself in multiple dimensions, which you are really, really normally absolutely brilliant, very, very good at, because as I said millions of times, my gorgeous Aquamarinis, you're special signs because you're born as empath. You know, you're born an empath. Indeed. On another hand, you've got Libra, who is also born like a psychic. Then you've got a Virgo, who is extremely in tune with all possible earthly energies, you know, an energy field around them. So it all depends. But you, my gorgeous Aquamarinis, most certainly you're born an empath. So this is something, this is an important stage, I'm trying to say, because March in general has got such a beautiful and important energy which reflects on every single one of us in a completely different way. But it's a very important to say that for you, you are about to go through an absolutely remarkable monumentum when it comes to the significant energy, which is just going to help you out so much to understand certain things around you, to spiritually grow, to see things for what they are, but also most certainly it's about having the balance right. It's about getting the balance right, being sharp, being quick, being fast, and most certainly just like to deal with the problems and issues then and there, but most certainly for those problems and issues that you are completely certain about, completely sure about. And this is why this energy is just going to be so important that I'm actually talking about. So it's the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and 5th of March 2020 are going to be absolutely remarkable moment in time when it comes to your own transition, when it comes to your own rebirth, which means that on another hand, you're going to be super psychic on these days. You're going to be super intuitive on these days. You can also expect a rather unusual thing to take place. You can also expect rather unusual thing to happen. In particular, when it comes to something unusual, like from the spirit world, or something rather bizarre and something rather strange, which is going to happen in between of this, in between these days, indeed. But it's very important to pay attention to what you're thinking at around the time when you experience something like that, because there is a very important and beautiful and sacred answer that you are going to have. And that answer that you are going to have, it's not only going to help you with your quality and life of life, but it's also going to help you so much to make an important, mind-blowing decision. It is the bravery, it is the honesty, it is this clear focus that you're actually going to have at the same time. This is very important because it is going to provide you ultimately with the actual very, very clear picture. But on another hand, it is going to provide you with the perspective. By the 6th of March, there is a whole new perspective that is going to be on your mind. The whole new perspective is going to be the path of your journey. And that perspective is going to become absolutely mind-blowing, strong, and very brilliant and very powerful as the time goes by. My gorgeous aquamarinis, by the time we come to the end of March, this is going to be absolutely mind-blowing, very important, and you're going to take things on a whole new level, my babies, whole new level, because August 2020 is going to be directly connected to March 2020, but it's going to be important, very big and very significant. Something is going to be answered, something very important and very sacred to you, but at the same time, it's the moment of a quick unfoldment, and it's the moment of the prize, it's the moment of the beginning, it's the moment when you're going to experience your own life from a completely different angle. Not completely different angle, but there are so many bits and pieces that were missing that now finally are going to start manifesting back into your life. And this, my babies, this, my gorgeous aquamarinis, is going to be absolutely remarkable in so many different ways, because it's a very, very important time that you are going to have. A highly important time when it comes to signs, and also in between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these 5 days, please just make sure you understand this. Just make sure that you are watching the sequences of the numbers, that are repeating. 1 1 1 1 2 2 2 2 3 3 4 7 3 3 2 8 2 2 8 8. You know, like any frequencies of numbers that are actually repeating. At the same time, just you need to find out within these first 5 days how do you feel like first, and then find out what these numbers mean symbolically. But also, before you do that, as soon as the very first thing that you need to do when the frequencies of the numbers are repeating, the very first thing you need to do, my gorgeous aquamarine, is most importantly, is just look around you, connect to the whole situation, connect to the whole picture around you, where you're standing, where you're sitting, where you're walking, whatever you're doing, where you're swimming, my babies, where you're sleeping, whatever you do, just try to connect to the whole situation, to the whole picture, and see what around you, in your surroundings, you completely feel connected to. There is going to be very important little puzzle to solve, but at the same time, this puzzle is also going to bring and provide you with an absolutely important realization, realization that is just going to help you so much. An important answer that is going to help you so much. And this is very, very personal, and it's to do with you, it's to do with the change, and it's to do with something very, very personal indeed when it comes to you, my gorgeous aquamarinis. You see, this is absolutely beautiful. This beautiful oracle card is saying purification. This is a beautiful moment in time where you're going to get your balance, you're gonna start to shine, and this is your time. This is absolutely your time, my gorgeous aquamarinis. What else you can expect in this period? This stage is very important. The stage in between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 5th of March. The number 1 on the 1st of March, my babies. Look at this. What can you expect on the 1st of March? On the 1st of March, you can expect an absolutely important news. The important news that you're going to have is just going to be connected to the certain consistency, but also at the same time, it's going to confirm to you to just keep going, and keep going, okay? This is important moment in time, because this important news that you're going to have, it's also this is going to be an important news that you're going to have, but most certainly, it's it's going to be the green light for you, like keep going. But also you will know that this is an important moment in time for investment. On another hand, the quite unusual stage, uncertain stage of your life that you were kind of like maybe blaming yourself for something, now this is going to become crystal clear that you did the right thing indeed, and this is just something that was missing in your life, but it's going to confirm so much for you. On the 2nd of March, my gorgeous aquamarine is my lord, you need to be careful because there's a little bit of a snake in the grassy. I mean, come on, at least you will be able to know this on time. At least you will be able to find out about some kind of deception. At least you're going to be able to find out about some kind of trickery. But the bottom line is that it is going to make you wiser, and it is going to kind of help you out and prevent you from the maybe a further little danger. So it doesn't really matter. It's actually quite good that you have a bit of deception that you're going to find out about, because on another hand you're going to be able to kind of really protect yourself completely. So it is quite actually good realization, because you will know who to protect yourself from as well at this moment in time. What else I was going to say, my gorgeous aquamarine, is that what I would highly suggest you look at me. What am I like? I highly suggest you to see this. You're gonna need this. This is something that I really highly suggest you. It is absolutely mind-blowing, gorgeous moldavite. These are the new little lines in my shop, and look at this quite nice little crystal, very powerful, one of the most powerful crystals that there is indeed. Moldavite is rather different because it is just has got this particular energy around it, and it's very important and powerful when it comes to the actual protection, but it's also very good when it comes to our own transformation, when it comes to change. It balances us absolutely perfectly when it comes to every chakra that we have. Indeed, it's very important crystal, but also it has got the ability to kind of protect us so much when we've got a little bit of a snaky in the grasses, but then at the same time it has got the ability to guide us on the right path. So if we get too much going on, or if you get too much going on and then the energy makes you uncertain, this beautiful moldavite, it's very good to just basically guide you to the right path, even when you're not thinking about it, even if you're completely thinking in a subconscious, if you have a subconscious mind is take over and things like that. This is something very important to have, and it's very significant when it comes to prosperity in general and the communication in between us and other people. This beautiful baby comes with a sterling silver wire around, and it comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel. But I would highly suggest you to wear this throughout March and April, but just wear it every time when you're surrounded by the negative people, or surrounded by a bad people, a negative people. This is what I just said, a little snake in the grassy, because sometimes unfortunately they have a certain amount of energy accumulated within them, which can actually reflect on us. And then it can drain us out, in many different ways. So this is why you protect yourself. The 3rd of March, my gorgeous aquamarine, this is what I was going to say. The 3rd of March is going to be a beautiful day, because it's going to be the return of your power, the return of your energy, the beautiful moment in time, because this is when your sacred lotus is going to be felt very much so, because the energy is going to be perfect, whether you realize this or not. Sometimes you just need to dig in a little bit deeper, and then you just get to that kind of transition yourself. But basically it is just all about the actual activity and determination. It's very important this day, because the return of energy is going to be quite obvious. You're going to realize something very significant. Your eyes are going to be wide open. Beautiful moment in time when it comes to being active, but also determination, but also at the same time just follow your intuition. Something is also going to be revealed to you, because there is a certain design that is going to be required from you to have some kind of an input, but also most importantly an idea is going to be revealed to you. The 4th of March 2020, my gorgeous aquamarines, it's important because there is going to be a little bit of destruction. Just remember, my babies, this is all part of your little spiritual journey, and indeed it means that you are actually going to have an important moment in time when it comes to your life going on the next stage, when it comes to your work, when it comes to your career, when it comes to your finances, but ultimately when it comes to your security and power. But it's to do with the actual apprenticeship. Just remember, this is all towards your prosperity, all towards the very high life, all towards the very important stage when it comes to your security, towards the prosperity indeed. So basically, just remember, everything that happens is going to happen for a reason, and most certainly this is to do with you understanding, to understand, to stay committed to the task at hand, stay committed to the task at hand, stay committed to the task at hand. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the fifth, my gorgeous, the fifth, yeah, that's it, yeah, that was the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That was the fourth, sorry. So the first one was like an important news. The second one was like a little bit of deception you need to be careful about. The third one, it's about being very active, about the activity, determination, and following the idea that you are going to have. The fourth one is to do with the actual the 4th of March is to do with that apprenticeship. Just remember to stay committed to the task at hand. Very, very important to stay committed to the task at hand. And number 5th, okay, the 5th of March is going to also be an absolutely remarkable moment in time, because it's all about the progress, and all about the action. It's going to be the perfect balance, because you will know, you will hear, you will be aware of the fact that you're doing really well, and that is going to rejuvenate you so beautifully. And also a very important influence is going to come through. Very important influence is going to take a central stage, and this is important because it's coming from the right person. It's coming from the right person. And also, the 5th of March, somebody who is like a very good to you, somebody who is like a very important to you, like in a sense of a guru, or in a sense of like somebody who you really think the world of, like somebody very spiritual indeed. Hello. Somebody's gonna like say something, but not to you directly, but it's just something that was said already at a certain moment in time, on in the certain dimensions, going through the certain parts of your life in a spiritual journey. It's going to stay engraved within you, and something that was confirmed in a particular word or realization is going to travel towards you at that moment in time. I meant to say that it just became very much a strongly powerful part of your subconscious mind, something that you heard already, or something that you are going to hear prior this moment on the 5th of March. And then that voice, that word, that realization is going to travel towards you. So it's very important to keep going and see what that is, because also this is going to be an amazing moment in time when it comes to your own consciousness, your own spirituality, but also when it comes to realizing how powerful you are. And this is exactly something that you are going to need, something that you're going to benefit from like there is no tomorrow. My gorgeous Aquamarinis. Okay, my name is Sasha Bonasin, and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Aquamarinis, and it's for March 2020. So it's for you, my gorgeous Aquamarinis, and it's for March 2020. And of course, your number when it comes to numerology, it's number 9. Number 9, it's an absolutely mind-blowing and very important number, because in number 9, you see, means also that there is going to be a beautiful element of surprise that you're going to have, but it's going to be good, and it's also going to be like the beginning of a new stage, that it's also going to kind of happen slightly earlier, slightly sooner. Number 9 is a magical number because we've got 2 numbers in number 9. We've got number 9, and then you turn it upside down. We've got number 6, which means that you're also going to learn and realize an absolutely mind-blowing ability about yourself, and that is going to be realization at the right moment, at the right time, when you're going to need this at the time of expansion. You just need to remember to follow your own instincts. You are going through an ancient healing wisdom, which means that you are going to have a strength and power and creativity in order to deal with things that are bothering you. Your power is going to come through your own creativity. Just be as creative as you can, be as active as you can, my gorgeous Aquamarinis. Number 9 also means a great accomplishment that you are going to have this month, and I'm so happy for you. It's very important because it's all about material well-being, and very strong and powerful connection and reconnection with the nature that you are going to have. that in itself, it's also gonna reveal a significant stage. You know, you're gonna have a strong connection with your childhood at some moment in time. In your childhood, you were doing something, you were making something, you were part of a certain spiritual journey, but you're not doing this anymore. So it's important because it's missing, which means that you need to kind of return to the certain part of your childhood and see what you were doing and what is missing that is affecting your balance right now, because that in itself is gonna create a puzzle, which is also going to help you to like put it on that picture, and the picture is going to be completely different, you see. And this is why this is going to be so important, because it's the reflection from the past is going to bring you an insight. On another hand, you are going to have a control over a situation, my gorgeous aquamarinis, and also this is going to bring you strength and courage, you know, energy, determination. This is going to be so beautiful because it's all about the confidence to your own accomplishment, which is going to bring you towards an absolutely ooh la la adventure that you are going to be part of. Adventure, and this is going to come through your own enthusiasm, and this is going to happen through you being like a little bit daring, and this is going to be the outcome. An adventure is so significant because it's going to bring you an initiative, but also most certainly is to do with a new opportunity with unlimited possibilities, my gorgeous aquamarinis, but most certainly a beautiful obsession that is just going to regenerate you, energize you, which is going to energize you, re-energize you, which is going to re-energize you like so beautifully, and kind of just help you out to have a certain understanding, and that in itself is going to help you with the redirect of your energy towards the right direction. And now manifestation is going to be very strong. The manifestation is going to be very powerful throughout this month. So it's very important, my gorgeous aquamarini, just to think as open-minded, to be as positive as you can. When it comes to your health, my gorgeous aquamarinis, do you know what I see? When it comes to your health, I'm seeing like a little bit of like your chest. I can see like a sensitive chest, okay? And now I just need you to kind of understand that this is a lot to do with like a sensitive chest, like in general, but it's to do with like a cold and flu symptoms and things like that. And it's also your head is going to be sensitive in general. So I highly recommend you to try to like cut down on smoking. If you're smoking, try to do anything that you can possibly do for your chest that is good for you. Maybe you can go to the forest a little bit, maybe you can go into the mountains, you know, wherever it's a nice air, away from like some kind of pollutions. If you're living like in a big cities or large cities, you know, busy cities and things like that. On another hand, just make sure that you are basically like taking organic acerola cherry powder. I know I'm constantly on about it, but it's of course, make sure that you're taking organic acerola cherry powder, my babies, in the morning, one dose, which will be 1 glass of water, 1 teaspoon, mix it up, drink it, and that is going to give you a whooping amount of vitamin C, which is going to help you to rejuvenate yourself, boost your vitamin C levels, but also it's going to ultimately help you with the chest, head, and things like that are connected when it comes to infection. So 1 dose of organic acerola cherry powder in the morning and 1 dose before you go to sleep. This is something I highly recommend you to take. And also make sure that you're taking natural dose of vitamin D. You can get this in a natural supplement, or you can get it in the food, organic free-range eggs and things like that. They have a vitamin D, so vitamin D is going to be good for your bones quite nicely. And also make sure that you are, if you can, just drink as much water as possible, and try to avoid sugar, try to avoid like a sugary sweets, you know, cookies or any sweets like that, as much as you possibly can, and that is going to be quite good for you indeed. If you're on any other inside your mouth, inside your mouth, your gums are going to be rather sensitive as well. So organic acerola cherry powder is just going to be as beneficial also inside your mouth, because it's going to promote your gum healing at the same time as being good for vitamin C. But also make sure that you're drinking, that you're using natural toothpaste without fluoride, natural mouthwash without fluoride, and that's very, very important because it's without these chemicals, without fluoride, so it's going to be quite good for you as well. And ideally, if you could use like maybe like an organic, natural toothpaste without fluoride, with tea tree and aloe vera, and same with the mouthwash as well. If you're on any other medications, if you are pregnant or if you are breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, you just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications, my gorgeous aquamarinis, or not. Going on the very first date, okay, it's going to be quite significant amongst other dates that I've already mentioned. It's going to be the very 1st of March. The very 1st of March is going to be like, it's going to be like that. You're going to feel like that, seriously. Like, it's going to be like, honestly, like, oh my God, you're going to be very sensitive to things around you, but especially in particular, like a paranormal, or like to anything sensitivity, any sensitivity to any psychic channel, psychic feelings and things like that are going to be very enhanced. But that in itself, it's going to make you aware to be there is a certain realization that you're gonna have, and somebody's gonna confirm this to you as well. A little bit disappointment about a certain person, but that doesn't matter, because that in itself is something that basically you were thinking about, you were aware of, you know, a little disappointment. But this is very important when it comes to you, because in itself it's going to create a new path when it comes to the certain self-denial, so this is very important, because it's all about a certain knowledge. You're going to have a sacred knowledge. You're going to have your aquamarini moment of being an empath, which is on another hand going to self-illuminate you like there is no tomorrow. And it's also going to make you realize where to be cautious, where is a certain caution, you know, what to be kind of like careful about. You're just going to feel drawn to like protect yourself, which is absolutely fine. But most importantly, it's going to kind of make you to withdraw yourself from the situation, which is absolutely fine, perfect. But it's also on another hand going to reveal what you need to move on from. There is a certain self-denial. Aquamarine, it boils down to this thing here. It's a self-denial that is going to come to the surface, and that self-denial is also it's also going to become an important moment in time, because you're going to become very sharp and very quick, you know, in order to kind of start feeling this certain direction change. And before you would be like, oh God, no, but now you're just going to become absolutely kind of prepared for the certain stage that you wouldn't normally be. So this is why this is really good. The second important date, my gorgeous aquamarinis, okay, it's the 16th of March, 1-6. Now the 16th of March, it's very important, because the certain inspiration, it's going to kind of, an inspiration is going to be very highlighted. Inspiration, how to do something better, what to do, what to add, and perhaps what was missing in your life. But it's very much so connected to what you're doing right now, because there is the whole new inspiration going to be shifted here. This is very important because it's connected to the bright prospect, but it's also very strongly connected to the mixing the past and mixing the present, not only to kind of come up with a better solution to the problem, but it's just going to be absolutely perfect moment in time, because it's going to make you feel very, very optimistic, and at the same time you're gonna feel the fulfillment and satisfaction, pleasure and happiness, which is going to confirm so much to you that you are on the right way, you are on the right journey towards a very important radiant unfoldment in your life. Very significant moment is going to happen on the 16th of March when it comes to the actual very, very powerful situation in between you and somebody else, like in particular when it comes to the return of someone in your life, but not a lover, not a boyfriend, not a girlfriend or anything like that, but it's just going to be an important continuation of the certain friendship that is just going to become rather important and highlighted stage in your life, because it's at the same time going to be very significant when it comes to your own happiness, your own harmony. This is going to be important because it's also going to rebuild you there where you needed a little bit of emotional rebuilding. So this person is quite significant, and it's going to be somebody who's meant to be in your life, somebody who's meant to be part of your spiritual journey. Later on, this person is going to become quite important indeed. On another hand, the 16th of March is going to also bring you an absolutely fantastic realization Okay, and it's a lot to do with the kind of like certain reflection. Certain reflection is going to be very important when it comes to your own trust, when it comes to your own intuition, when it comes to your own optimism, but also when it comes to unanswered questions. There is going to be an important answer that you're going to have, but in order to get this, to go through this and go to get to the other side of this problem, you're going to need to kind of learn something, but you're going to need to throw yourself into it without thinking too much with that, because if you think too much, you're going to block things from happening. Or what else I was going to say, that the 16th of March is going to, by the end of the day, this is so incredible. This day is going to be very complex in many different ways. A lot is going to happen, but by the end of this day, you are going to have an amazing recognition which is going to change your life by bringing you greatest honor, by providing you the realization about the ultimate change. Okay, and this is why the whole year for you, it's going to be ridiculously important because of this month. Okay, sorry, because of because of this month, okay? And this is going to lead towards an ultimate change, fulfillment, and it's all about you and your capability. You're going to learn and realize how powerful and how significant you are. This is most certainly going to bring you a reward from hard work and admiration from others, but admiration from a certain person is going to be more important than anything else. You see, this is what I was going to recommend to you. You see this, look at this. Oh my, it's so beautiful. This Labradorite palm stone. I really highly suggest you to have this Labradorite palm stone, because it's something that is going to help you to reconnect to your own spirituality, something that is going to help you to grow spiritually, evolve spiritually, but it's also going to help you a lot to connect to your dreams, to connect to your subconscious mind, to connect to your own spirituality, and also it's going to help you like to remember things for longer, and to single things out, what is important and what is not, because sometimes when we are going through such an important stage in our life, things are very much so very vibrant around us. When that happens, it's very difficult to single out the most important things. Labradorite is very, very powerful. Look at this beauty here. Okay, I suggest you to wear this every time when you have this with you in your pocket or on the table around you, every time when you feel deep, every time when you feel like you want to find out things, you want to connect to things, this is something that I would highly suggest you to wear. Okay, if you would like to buy this gorgeous palm stone, the link is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well, my gorgeous aquamarinis. By the time we get to the last date, which is the 31st of March, it's all about the new good news, fantastic gain, advanced, when something that you expected to be, but then again, it's just so much to do with the actual an advanced stage of where you thought that you were. So this is going to be really good, because it's going to immediately provide you with a new plan. This plan is going to be brilliant. It's something to do with a wish, at the same time uncertain efforts, very, very much so, lots of uncertainties around it. This is why I did put you off before, but now this is the part of this particular stage that it's going to actually provide you with an option where you didn't have before. And it's so much to do with an experience, and it's so much to do with what you want to do, but at the same time somebody who is very, very experienced, very powerful, very important, very significant in their field. It's actually going to help you and also kind of tell you something and confirm something to you at the same time. And this is going to come from the right person, and most certainly is going to mean the world of good to you. There is an important, wise investment that you're also going to take that you are going to make on this particular day. The 31st of March is also going to be a good day if you want to start something important, if you want to start something new. The energy is going to be just perfect, but in particular when it comes to the actual investment. The 31st of March is an important day to take things on another level, and you will see exactly what I mean. My gorgeous aquamarinis, you will see exactly what I mean. Now, going on the very first part of the actual March, my gorgeous Aquamarinis, you know, it's going to start feeling like a very much so like the return of energy, the return of the return the old you. Okay, I'm not saying that there was nothing wrong with you now, but I'm just saying that it's going to feel like, oh God, I didn't feel like this in ages. And this is nothing unusual. This is what the energy of March is. Lovely, beautiful, remarkable energy of March going to do to you. And it's all to do with an overwhelming emotion that you're going to feel, and that immediately, it's actually Aquarius, 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 Aquarius. When the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, Aquamarini, baby, will sing because you will be happy. It's so fantastic. You're gonna sing because you're gonna be happy, and I'm so happy for you, because this is the moment in time where lots of rejuvenation you will feel. It's a lot going to be felt here, and so important to say that it's going to start with you dealing with an important obstacle, which is now going to become rather beneficial for you, and it's going to lead towards the success, and that is going to bring you the hope that you wanted, you waited. And most certainly, you know, this is where the complex situation is just going to happen, because there is a bit of a, I know you're going to shout at me, you're going to scream at me now, but it is a little tower situation that you're going to have. I'm sorry, but the tower situations are not necessarily bad. So there is going to be in the first week of March, within the first day or 10 days of March, you know, you're actually going to have a situation that is going to be the tower situation. You're going to be surprised. You're going to be a little bit thrown out of the balance. You know, you're not going to be expecting this. It's something that you completely unexpected, but it's nothing to do with you so much, but it's connected to your life. It's connected to people in your life. So you're going to feel it like there is no tomorrow, because this is going to have a impact on you, where you're going to start realizing that you're going to need to change your plan a little bit. And that is actually one of the best things that you could have possibly happen. This tower that you are having here is probably the best thing that could have possibly happened to you, my gorgeous Aquamarinis, because almost immediately there is something that is going to be revealed to you through this situation. New opportunity, new hope, new faith, new inspiration, with a whole new prospect indeed. But most importantly, it's going to lead towards you making an important decision by the time we get to the mid part of March, when it comes to your security and power. So this tower situation is going to be really good for you, for your own direction, or shall I say redirection, because that is going to boil down to one thing, pam pam pam, to your own financial opportunities. So this is all brilliant. By the time we get to the March, okay, any kind of decision that you can make to expand yourself, go for it. Anything you feel like you want to do, go for it. This is the time of expansion in many different ways indeed. When it comes to the actual authority, somebody who means to you so much, but in a sense of authority, an important person in your life. This could be a family member, an important family member, but very much so somebody of an authority, like or it could be like a person who you work with, or it could be a person who you have a hobby with, you know, whoever is in your mind, in your life, very significant at the moment when it comes to some kind of authority. You know, they are going to tell you something very important, and they're going to praise you up, and that is going to be so good for you, because most certainly at that moment in time something is going to happen. You will receive, you will feel a whole new promise, and that promise is also going to start becoming an important part of your own invocation, which is just going to start and lead towards even more important rebirth. But that in itself is just going to give you a crystal clear picture, crystal clear focus, the peak of radiance that is you're about to reach when it comes to your own activation. Just remember, this is an important time to start some kind of little rituals. Light a little candle, you write something on a candle, write it, just make sure you make a very strong connection, and it's just going to go so much further. It's just going to be so much more important, so much more powerful than you could have possibly ever imagined. And also a very important person is about to enter your life here mid-March. It's going to be completely connected to this very important person who is also going to enter your life, and it's going to help you to realize that there is a bit of a wishful thinking that you are having about a certain stage. You're going to need to make an important realization that sometime back, and I've seen this before, within the last 7 months, not necessarily within the last 7 months, but within the last 7 months you were confused maybe about it every now and then, but at some point, some moment in time, you took the wrong turn, you did something, and that kind of made the picture a little bit uneven. This time of months is going to reveal what was that wishful thinking, what do you need to think about, what do you need to do, what do you need to change. What you need to do is that you need to realize this and make a necessary adjustment where it needs to be, because it's draining your energy, it's preventing you to move on, it's preventing you to be yourself, and it's also it's tying you down in energetic ways, which means that it's kind of like taking a lot away from you energy wise. So this is why you need to kind of realize this yourself. That is in itself a kind of like making you to be in an little enslaved situation when it comes to your own energy. So this is why this is so important. But most certainly you are gonna do really well, you're gonna do really great, because there is the balance that you're going to have. So most certainly the balanced force is going to help you to single what needs to be singled out. So there is an important realization that you will have connected to all this that I've already mentioned. On another hand, it's important, because it's just like, oh my Lord, by the time we get to the third part of March, it's all about the inspiration and potential that you are going to have through your own security and power. You will want to double up. You will want to make sure that you go on. You will want to make sure that you are going with this prosperous flow, because by the time we get to the last part of March, it's all about your prosperity and the financial security and practical security, but it's also very lucky time. In particular, the last part of March, the last 7 days of March is going to be very lucky time for you, my gorgeous aquamarinis. The last 7 days of March are going to be ridiculously lucky when it comes to the new beginnings, when it comes to the manifestation, when it comes to testing the water, when it comes to throwing yourself in all sorts of situations, when it comes to dealing with the people who you don't want to deal with, when it comes to dealing with situations who you don't want to deal with. Please, my babies, use this time wisely. I'll repeat again, the last 7 days of March are going to be ridiculously powerful, very strong, very significant, when you're going to learn about yourself a lot, but you will be projecting all sorts of like ooh la la, powerful energy when it comes to your manifestation, but also when it comes to putting your foot down, understanding things, reflecting on things, and making a necessary actions where it needs to be made. Absolutely important. What else I was going to say, the last part of March is going to bring you an important moment in time when it comes to apprenticeship. Okay, you're gonna hear this promotion, apprenticeship. This is gonna be very beautiful time when it comes to that. Something is going to take place here, and it's going to be absolutely brilliant, and it's going to provide you to do the necessary change when it comes to some kind of possession. This is also an important time to kind of like do things and pay attention to things and focus on those things that are in your possession, for example. And what else I was going to say, someone is going to have absolutely wonderful influence and impact on you at the end of March, indeed, because somebody who's like a very important figure to you, very important person to you, but this is when it comes to your own spirituality, it's when it comes to your own guru, is going to tell you something, but this is going to be direct, this is going to be significant, because it's going to help you to boost your own power by understanding the levels of your own subconscious mind, but also by understanding where you are at the moment exactly and where you are going to be. A glimpse of something, it's going to reveal another life, another world for you. And as soon as you hear it, as soon as you know it, as soon as you connect to this energy, what this person is going to tell you, this is going to mean the world of good to you, because it's going to start changing everything. Very vibrant, powerful, significant moment in time when it comes to your own unfoldment, when it comes to your own beginning, when it comes to your own new direction, which is just going to unfold here. And most certainly the time to rediscover yourself through a whole new perspective. My God, this is going to be incredible moment in time. When it comes to the certain bravery, which is on another hand put you in touch with a certain people who you wouldn't be in touch, which is on another hand going to create certain path for you, and it's going to make you become the part of the dimension where you wouldn't normally be. And something is going to be like odd in such a sense of like, oh my God, I've never been here before, and something is going to happen, something is going to happen, because very quickly, and you are going to respond and react super quickly. And now this is the moment in time when something is going to take place, and it's wonderful because you're going to react in a way you wouldn't normally react. And this, my babies, it's going to start an amazing, mind-blowing turning point. This is why I said the 7 days at the end of March are going to be absolutely mind-blowing, because the last day it's also going to become a turning point, or by the last day you're going to have a turning point. My God, by the last day of March you are going to have a turning point, which means that this is the wheel of fortune. It's to do with your destiny, it's to do with your fortune. This is going to be a very important stage, which is going to go for a long time, and it's going to mark an absolutely mind-blowing experience. But most certainly you will be where you need to be, you will be where you want to be, and you will create and start a path that you wanted to create and start, because this, my babies, my gorgeous aquamarinis, is going to lead towards an absolutely mind-blowing turning point, the turning point of your life, the turning point of your existence. This is indeed your wheel of fortune, and it's brilliant because it is going to lead towards an absolutely remarkable opportunity, which is most certainly going to change your life. Oh my God. Baby, kissed by the rose. You're gonna love it, you're gonna love it, you're gonna love it, you're gonna love it, you're gonna love it. This is the time that is just going to literally change everything, my gorgeous aquamarinis, indeed. Kissed by the rose, dun, 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 baby, na 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 na, kissed by the rose. Okay, my gorgeous aquamarinis, I'm going to shuffle these cards. And I am going to connect to those of you that are in relationship. Ooh, you see something very temperance here. You see something very important is going to take place. This is a rather significant time, and I'm so happy for you indeed, because there is going to be a little bit of change that is going to happen this month. And the change that is going to happen, it's not necessarily like a bad change or horrible change, oh my God, but it's just going to require from you to change your routine a little bit, because something is not going to be as always it is, because maybe something is going to happen, so you're going to have to work around it a little bit, and it's going to affect your both daily lives and things like that. So something is going to be slightly different this month in your daily existence, okay? But that's going to be fine. And any worry you have about your partner, it's going to be absolutely fine, okay? But on another hand, this is so significant because it's also going to be quite a very important realization that you're both going to have as the couple. And the realization that you're both going to have as a couple, you're going to be thinking, what is making us unhappy? What is bringing us down? What is making us feeling restrained, you know? It's something that you wanted to do in such a long time, the change you wanted to make in such a long time, but I don't know for what reason you're kind of blocking yourself, or you're preventing yourself from doing it. So now, because it's restraining you in many different ways, it's restraining you energetically. So now this is the decision. This is an important month when you're going to make a decision that you should actually go for it, something you wanted to do in ages, and it's going to help you so much, and it's going to reflect on you beautifully. Indeed. Okay, so now I'm just going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to connect to those of you that are single and ready to mingy. Na 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 baby, do you know what? It's just like a listen to me very carefully again. Hello, it's coming through again. God. Justice! You see Justina here? Justina. Justice. You see, this is very important for those of you who are single and ready to mingy. Now you need to understand this. For once, this is going to be a very complex month in many different ways. A lot is going to be happening when it comes to your security, when it comes to your power, and this is going to be the moment in time when you're going to feel this earthy energy, which is just going to reflect on you so beautifully. It is going to start and make and mark the beginning of a very important stage when it comes to release of the negative energy. It is going to, on another hand, reflect on you in such an important way where you need to rejuvenate yourself as much as you can. This month, it's all about rejuvenation. You're gonna meet some kind of snake in the grassy grasses. I know it's gonna like, you're gonna tell me like, oh no, no more snakes, no more towers. But you know what, my gorgeous aquamarinis, this time things are gonna be different. It is very important for you to understand that karmically and spiritually March is going to change a lot, but in particular there are a couple of stages you need to go through when it comes to the actual when it comes to your life, when it comes to your expansion. And at some point you're going to also hear about a certain justice which is just going to return into your life, which is going to kind of surprise you in a certain way, but that in itself is also going to make you realize something, and it's going to bring you really important balance. At the same time, you're going to get an absolutely mind-blowing advice, and this advice that you're going to get and have at the same time, it's going to be very much so important, because somehow it's going to kind of like make you think in a different way, and that in particular is going to put you in touch with certain people, and it's also going to be an important moment in time when you're going to kind of rediscover yourself through different paths, through different pathways, to rediscover yourself, to going out and meeting as many people as you can. This is absolutely mind-blowing. This month is not about finding the love of your life, but it's about realizing the return of energy and celebrating it. Do not jump in the water too early. There is no need to jump in the water too early. Now it's the time to go with the flow. Now is the time to expand yourself, expand your energy by learning through these beautiful experiences that you are going to have throughout this month. I'm saying for those of you that are single and ready to mingy aquamarinis, you're going to meet lots of people. You're going to be enjoying yourself like there is no tomorrow. Yes, there are going to be few of them that are going to be really interesting, that are going to kind of flirt back with you, and you're going to flirt back with them. You know, it's going to be absolutely wonderful, but there is one in particular one that is just not really good, that you are going to meet, that is going to cross your path, and you're going to fancy them, you're going to like them, but then something is not going to be that right with that person, and you will know this because you're an empath, but still there is something very important and very significant and very powerful that you're going to learn through this person. And this is the particular learning experience. Nothing horrible, nothing bad, nothing negative, but it is going to be somebody who is going to play just an as important role as the love of your life, because that person is going to be crucial for you to learn something, to realize something about yourself, okay? And that particular realization is something that was missing, okay? And it's so important because it's going to help you to go on the whole next level of your spiritual journey. And after this moment in time, you will get this required learning experience, what you're going to learn through this person. So it's someone who you like, someone who you fancy, somebody who you think that are quite varavoonish indeed, but you wouldn't kind of do it or whatever, you know, you wouldn't take it seriously because there is something not quite right, and you're absolutely right. But it is that realization that you're going to have through that moment that is literally going to reflect on you so beautifully, and it's something that is missing. It's going to return into your life through this realization. Wonderful, powerful, and very significant moment in time for you, my gorgeous aquamarinis, indeed. Okay, my gorgeous aquamarinis, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you. Okay, my babies, I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, and light. Okay, my gorgeous aquamarinis, I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye. Baby, acquamarini, acquamarini. Love you. Bye.